We back. Music Talk Mondays. Hey. Yo, what's good? What's good? Music Talk Mondays, yo. We back up in here. Labor Day. You know what I'm saying? Hoping everybody have a good Labor Day. You know what I'm saying? Yo, listen, man. So, thus far, I've been demonstrating, showing y'all what real hip hop is. So now, let me explain how serious it gets when it comes to the culture. You could be called out. You could be called out. You might even get called out. It is what it is. KRS-One is known for popping up on people, you know what I'm saying, and regulating the scene. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to let y'all see something that you might not have ever heard before, seen before. You know what I'm saying? KRS-One had beef with Biggie Smalls. You know what I mean? Beef with Biggie, okay? So sit back, you know what I'm saying? Learn something, observe, you know what I mean? Look, listen, and observe, okay? Do what you gotta do the knowledge, yo. But shout out to all the villains, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, I ain't make that list, my bad. But, listen, shout out, you know what I'm saying, to Wu-Tang Management. Shout out to BMG. Shout out to Born Divine. Shout out to Taylor B. You know what I'm saying? Check out BTV. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody, the whole world, Baltimore. Shout out to hip hop. You know what I mean? Yo, hold up. Shout out to my man Watts. Shout out to Nick Soprano. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man Amon. Shout out to Singar Superior. Shout out to Balti Mega, most definitely. Shout out to Coach, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out, just like I said, to the whole wide world, yo. You know what I mean? Hip hop is what I'm giving you, yo, in its true form, yo. All that other shit, I don't know what y'all be doing, yo. But this is hip hop. When you on this channel, hip hop, okay? Not that watered down fake industry shit. Hip hop. You getting hip hop here, yo. Okay? You getting real, true culture, yo. All right, we about to get into it, yo. Peace to all the villains, man. And thank you for subscribing. You know what I mean? To all the new subscribers. Peace to y'all, you know what I mean? I'm trying to work on some things where I could get everybody up over here, or we going to do some chit-chatting, you know what I mean? I got to talk to a couple of people, though. I got to figure some things out. All right, peace, y'all. Let's go.
And finally, number 1, the notorious B.I.G. This is the beef that almost was. One that could have set off a war between two lyrical titans at the peak of hip-hop's golden era, but instead, it became one of the genre's most powerful what-ifs, and it all started with a misquote. According to DJ Kenny Parker, the drama began when a Canadian magazine falsely quoted the notorious B.I.G. as saying, KRS-One, I don't like him, eat it. For KRS and his Boogie Down Productions crew, that wasn't just tabloid trash, it was disrespect at the highest level. And knowing KRS-One's history of never backing down from a challenge, his camp was ready to respond with full lyrical firepower. The tension was real. KRS had never beefed with Biggie before, but the weight of that quote was heavy. In an era where lyrical disses turned into real-world conflict, this could have ended very differently. But fate stepped in. At a club event not long after, Biggie Smalls approached Kenny Parker, KRS's brother and DJ. No entourage, no drama, just honesty. He clarified, I said I didn't like the I am hip-hop line, but that other stuff? I never said that. Just like that, the air shifted. Tension melted into understanding. Biggie didn't double down. He didn't try to spin it. He cleared the slate like a man. In fact, he even joked, yo man, I need some beats. What could have been a volatile collision turned into mutual respect. Think about that. Two giants of the culture, both lyrical, both respected, both proud, staring down the barrel of a potential feud. And instead of firing shots, they shook hands. But here's where the story turns bittersweet. Just weeks after that interaction, Biggie was gone. March 9, 1997. Murdered in Los Angeles. Never got that beat. Never got that verse with KRS. And just like that, a potential battle turned into a haunting silence. Fans still wonder what a real battle between the Blastmaster and the King of Brooklyn could have sounded like. Would it have elevated the genre or burned it down? We'll never know. But what we do know is that it added another complex layer to KRS-One's legacy. In hip-hop, sometimes the loudest moments are the ones that didn't happen. And this almost beef with the Notorious B.I.G. remains one of the most intriguing. Not because of the bars exchanged, but because of the ones that weren't. Because two real ones chose respect over ego, peace over pride. And in a culture built on battles, that might be the hardest move of all. Now here's the twist no one saw coming. Despite decades of lyrical wars, philosophical beefs, and even physical confrontations, KRS-One doesn't hold grudges, at least not anymore. In a 2024 panel discussion in Harlem, he said, "The people I beefed with were my teachers too. They sharpened my sword. That's how iron sharpens iron." Some he forgave, some forgave him. Some he never even hated, he just challenged them to be better. That's what makes this story so iconic. It's not just about rap battles, it's about a man who took pain, ego, and pride and turned it into purpose. But here's the question that still haunts fans. If KRS could bury the hatchet with even his fiercest enemies, what would have happened if Biggie had lived?